Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Mindscope webinar series. This is our 10th in this year. So thank you all so much for coming out and continuing to come out. We really hope that you're enjoying them. For those of you joining for the first time, my name is Charlotte. I work in marketing at Mindscope. And walking us through the training session today is Shelby, a member of our sales team. There she is. So today we're going to be looking at recruitment marketing techniques and how our marketing division, Top Talent Communications, can help you really stand out from the competition. So some of the topics we'll be covering include the importance of having a strong online presence, everything you've ever wanted to know about search engine optimization or SEO. We'll also be looking at how to optimize your website, as well as some blogging and social media best practices. So there's a lot to cover today, but if you have any questions at all, just leave them in the chat as always, and we will get to them at the end. And if everyone can just keep themselves on mute, you can leave your cameras on if you want, but if you can just keep yourselves muted just to avoid any background noise, that would be amazing. So Shelby, take it away.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. So hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar. So great introduction by Charlotte, but we are going to change it up a little bit today. So instead of focusing on features within Mindscope, we're actually going to be focusing on recruitment marketing. So again, ideas and ways to enhance your online presence and to really gain more qualified candidates and even potentially new clients. So at Mindscope, we have a division called Top Talent Communication, which is our digital marketing agency, and it primarily focuses on marketing for staffing and recruiting agencies. So today, how we're going to break up the webinar, again, we're going to just kind of talk about the importance of online branding. Then how to enhance that online branding is through SEO. And how to optimize SEO is through your website, blogging, and social media. So those are some things that Top Talent, we can really help you out on. So before we really get into it, why is it important to have a strong online presence? Obviously, it's pretty obvious, especially in today's age due to COVID. Everything needs to be online. At one point in the world, everything was shut down. People didn't want to go anywhere. Some people still don't want to go anywhere. And we started living in a world where everything needs to be digital. So it is critical for your brand to be online. Even if you are online, that doesn't mean that you have a strong presence. So just a fun few stats. So actually 51% of recruiters say that employee branding is the #1 investment that they have increased in the past year due to COVID. Employer branding has a significant impact on hiring talent, according to 80% of recruiters, and companies with a positive brand actually get 2 times as many applications as companies with a negative brand. So some of the best channels to really help an employer build their brand, obviously through your company site, through LinkedIn, through various job boards, through blogging, and through social media. So a few stats just from back in 2015 to today, some of the top channels that applicants used to look for new jobs back in 2015, 60% of those came from major job boards. 56% of applicants were sourced through social networks, and 50% of word of mouth. Now in 2021, 77% of applicants actually look on company websites. So it's really important to have a strong website, and you can easily navigate through a website. 71% is referral or word of mouth. So it's important to have a positive brand that people want to talk about. 55% of applicants use general web searches. So just going on Google and searching for keywords. And then 50% now only go to the major job boards. So yes, advertising on major job boards is important, but it's not as high of value as it used to be back in the day. So let's actually go ahead and jump into it so you're not just looking at my face anymore. Let's put some visuals on the screen. So, sorry, let me just share. All right. Perfect. So let's talk about SEO. What is SEO? So SEO is search engine optimization. It is the process of making your website the most search engine friendly in order to increase visibility. So SEO, it's all about strategizing how to get onto the main page of a search result. So there are many key factors. Is your website mobile friendly? Is it secure? What kind of keywords are you posting? And what's the content behind those keywords? Is your website fast? And is there a lot of backlinks to it? So are other websites referring your websites, and so on and so forth? So there are three main steps in how a search engine works. Crawl. So Google will have search engine robots. They go out every single day, all day long, and they're rediscovering or discovering updated or new websites. Once they go ahead and crawl, they index your website. So they gather all of the information on your website and they store and organize it. Once they do that, then they rank it. So your ranking is based off of your relevance score and your authority score. So it ranks from high to low. So this is where your ranking will fall when a candidate or an applicant or whoever is using keywords. So what is relevance score? So there we go. Relevance is how much the content of your website corresponds to that search query. So in this example, cat food, again, if I'm searching for cat food, I'm not expecting pickup truck websites to pop up. So all depends on how relevant and how much content is on your website to match that search in Google. And then it's also based off of authority score. So authority score is really in the back end. So the front of it is the relevance, so all the content that you're creating. And then the authority score is measured on a scale between 0 to 100, real quick. And it is a score given to a website based on the strength of its domain. So is your website popular? Are you getting a lot of viewers on your website? And is it trustworthy? Is the content trustworthy? Is the security trustworthy? So there's a lot of factors that go into it. Again, the domain score, trust score, the organic search score, and more. So the domain score is based off of the age of your website and the activity on it. So the age of your website, yes, if you have a newer website, you need to gain the trust. But just because you have an older website, that doesn't mean that you're going to have a high authority score. If you're not constantly updating your website and you're not producing new content, so Google is going to see your website as not very relevant, and it's almost like a dead website. And then the activity, again, are you producing new content, and how many visitors are you getting each and every day? So it's important to be able to have a strong online presence, so you're filtering and funneling more candidates or more viewers onto your website. Then it goes into the trust score. It's measured on trust. So how many backlinks are you getting? How many other websites are referring to your website, so on and so forth. Yes, you can have a number of backlinks, but is it coming from a trusted source? If it's not coming from a trusted source, then your authority score isn't going to be very high. But if you have a number of quality backlinks, like a webinar we previously discussed with Google backlinks, and we'll get into that in just a second, backlinks from a high quality website will have a more impact and will help rank your website higher. So again, we touched on Google Jobs in the last webinar. I'm going to get into it right now in the importance of being able to post on Google Jobs. So we'll just skim over this really, really quickly. But again, we're on AM and PM's website, and this is a job board that we have created, and we can help create for you too. So when we're actually on your website, there's 4 main pages, or the 4 most popular pages that viewers go on, especially in staffing and recruiting websites. Obviously, the home page is the most viewed page, contact page, the job board, and also blogging. So with your job board, it's a very high popular page, and so you want to have something that is, again, mobile friendly, that candidates can easily view all of the content. And the job board is really important to be visible because all of the job orders that you're posting holds all of the keywords that candidates are going to be using to search for jobs. So we don't just create the job board for you, but let's say, let's say we actually want to go ahead and see a backlink. Let's say I take pallet assembler, posting through this job board is going to post to Google Jobs as well. When you're posting to Google Jobs, like I said earlier, a lot of people aren't going to the major job boards now. They're taking those keywords and they're typing them into Google. So it's important that your jobs are going to pop open onto Google. But again, referencing to the backlink, the more jobs that you're posting, it's creating static pages and it's creating a backlink straight from Google. Google has obviously the highest ranking on the web. So to receive backlinks from Google, it's going to help increase your online presence too. So that's just a little bit about SEO and a little bit about our job board, but let's actually go into other ways to get your website onto the first and second page of Google. So we've actually managed to get a number of our clients on the first and second page of Google in less than 6 months. And why is that important? Being on the first page of Google implies that the score is, your source is trustworthy, it's relevant, and it holds authority. So how did we do that necessarily? Well, we used website optimization, so creating a trusted website. We created blog content. We continually made adjustments and continuously are making edits and updating the website, and then also through social media engagement. So I'm just going to show a couple websites that we have actually done for a number of our clients. So this website is still under development, but we actually sit down and work with you to create a website. And so there's a lot to take into consideration. One, creating a website. Again, to hold a high authority, you need to have a mobile-friendly website. It needs to be fast. What kind of keywords are you posting on that website? And just because you're posting keywords, what's the content behind those keywords? And also, is it accessible? So we help with website, well, we do website design, and we also help with hosting. So we make suggestions of where your website should be hosted, what are some of the better and secure websites. And then we also custom build. So all of these websites aren't templated, and custom built websites allows you to be able to easily edit and adjust. So from here, Embatia, they actually created their own graphic designs, which is really cool. But we can certainly do that for you as well. So what we do, this is a different website that we have built, and we will go ahead and purchase the graphics, and we will write the content for you. So we have a lot of experience in what keywords are very valuable in staffing and recruiting, what keywords are candidates searching for or potentially new clients, and we make sure that we optimize it on your website as much as possible. It depends on what kind of content is on your website too. So again, the two most popular things to really optimize your website and create a good online presence, one is through your job board, and the second is through blogging. So blogging, it's not just talking about how great of a company you are, what you can do. You want to create trust with your followers and your viewers. So you actually want to educate people too. So content, content is very important, but especially with creating blogs and posting on jobs, it is important to have a minimal content to engage the viewer. If there's a lot going on your website or on your screen, a lot of people will drop off. But you need enough content for Google to think it's relevant. So there's this fine balance, and blogging can really help enhance that. So we have actually done, let me just pull up a couple blogs for you now. So we will do custom blogging for you, and it's important to create original content. So content that is not found on the web, and it's coming directly from you. So blogging really helps set you apart from other job seekers too, because you're not just talking about how great you are, you're giving value to the viewers. Why do they want to be on your website? Of course, to find jobs, but if they can, you can actually enhance your website and capture them by educating maybe how to build a resume, why this industry is very valued, so on and so forth. And so what we will do is we will sit down with you and suggest some blogs that we would find valuable in your industry, or we'll work collectively with you to come up with collaborative ideas. So blogging also gives you a platform, again, to showcase your knowledge and to gain trust to viewers, and it helps build your company brand too. So multiple blogs, it's important to have on keywords because, again, it will help you become more relevant because of the original content created. Obviously, the more users you get to your website, the higher the authority score. And with blogging, other sites will reference you too. So the more blogs you're creating, other websites will reference back to your blogs, and it will just push more backlinks to your website as well as more viewers. So this is just an example of one blog that we did. Here is another example of a different blog that we've done for a different industry, so more focusing on the healthcare. So again, it's not just talking about your jobs or anything like that. It's creating value to your brand and actually educating, giving valuable content out there. So that is blogging, but let's actually go into social media too. So social media marketing is very, very key in today's age. 87% of organizations actually said that one of their top challenges is social media, and 50% of them call that a very important problem and they want to fix it. So there's actually a stat out there that since COVID has spiked, the average daily use of social media is up to 2 hours and 25 minutes, and it's increased 43% since COVID. So people are on their phones, they're on social media, and I know that when I am procrastinating from doing something, getting something done, I'm on social media. So what is great about social media for staffing and recruiting? While people are on social media, they can also be productive on social media. So what we have done at Top Talent, we will actually help create your social media following too. So we will create new content for you, we will post for you, but we don't just post jobs, we also post fun things because it's very hard to build a following from a staffing and recruiting firm or agency. So it needs to be fun, it needs to be relevant, so on and so forth. So we will help create jobs for you and all of your posts, but most importantly, we actually engage with your following too. So we help manage your social media accounts. So we respond to comments on posts. We actually share jobs on relevant groups, and so on and so forth. So we don't just post for you, but we try to provide value for your followers. So again, it's not just posting about jobs all the time. It's posting the blogs, but just increasing trust with your following. So we don't want to just sell, we want to educate as well. So yeah, that's a little bit about recruitment marketing, some ways to enhance your online presence. I hope this webinar was of value and you can see why recruitment marketing is very valuable to invest in. So feel free to contact myself or anyone at Mindscope if you think, you know, increasing your marketing is of value for you. So we do, you know, we can help you with your website, help you with your blogging, help with social media, and so on and so forth. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for tuning in today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shelby. So I don't see any questions in the chat. So unless anyone has one in the next couple seconds, feel free to forward them to myself or to Shelby, and we would be happy to answer them at a later date. But otherwise, we hope you enjoyed today's webinar. Have a great weekend, everyone. For those of you joining from Canada, have a great long weekend. And we will send out some marketing materials for the next session, which will be the first week of June. So bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Take care. Thank you.
Bye.